Saw this video of the guy chipping at Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever. The first one, he's trying to hit 5 yards and he hits it 30 yards. And then he comes back on his second attempt and absolutely shanks it. So let's take a look at what's going on in this guy's action. On this first ball that he absolutely launches, I mean, we're trying to hit this thing maybe 5 yards. You got to get it up in the air to get it in the basket, but this is something a lot of people do. They use way too much wrist hinge. With that much wrist hinge, you can hit it 30 yards. So what does he do? He hits it 30 yards. What you're going to be better off doing is treating this like a big putting motion, allowing the loft on the club face to elevate the ball. You don't need to help it up by hinging massively in your hands. You're going to be better off doing like a big putting motion where you actually turn your chest. You see how it's all arms, very little back turn, very little chest rotation. It's a huge movement in and up with the hands, and then he just never quite squares up the face of that club either. So he's swinging out to, from his perspective, swinging to left field. So that's where that ball goes. Boom. That is like a 30-yard pitch shot. Okay, then on the shank, and then another thing you see is his hands really far ahead, big forward press, which is working against him, elevating this ball. Big forward press. Again, no turn of the chest really to speak of. It's all hands hinging up. And then he sort of intuitively knows he needs to turn back to get that club square to the target, but he's out of sync, and then he absolutely comes in and just hosel rockets this thing. Moral of the story, less wrist hinge, more of a big putting motion, and less forward press with your setup.